welcome back to Vlogmas day 20. So today we're just going to do a little festive makeup. So I've got some Christmas tunes in the background and the little fire behind us. I also have my mum sitting on the sofa, so if you hear anyone in the background, that is who it is. But yeah, I just wanted to do a really cute little festive makeup look. So that is the plan today. I have already done my eyebrows and I've already prepped my skin. I went in with the Refi primer today because I wanted a really hydrating base. I'm going to be going in with the Morphe x James Charles palette, which I haven't used in ages, but it is a really great palette. Like, the shades in here are good. I haven't used it in so long, and I thought, you know what, I am always using the exact same products in my videos, so let's switch it up a bit. And then to prime, I am going to go in with the P. Louise, just because we know this is trusty. So I am going to move you guys in a little bit closer for the eyes, and we can start on the eye makeup. So I'm just going in with my P. Louise base, and this is the Morphe x Ariel A19 brush. It's the dual-ended one. I'm just going to use this side of the brush and just start to apply that to my lids as just a base. It's just gonna make the eyeshadow stay a bit longer, and then it will also kind of cancel out any redness or any discoloration on the lid. I'm just gonna go in under my brows with this one just to clean them up, because we have already done the brows. I just went in with some brow gel today. Didn't really want to fill them in too much. And then a little on this side as well. I have no idea what look I'm actually gonna be doing. I know what palette I want to use, but I'm not sure exactly what shadows and what look I'm going for, so we shall see where my creativity takes us, I guess. So I'm gonna go in with this shade here, which I believe is called Canvas. I'm just gonna set my lid, and I'm just gonna use a fluffy brush and just kind of set that all in place. Just want to kind of set that down, because I find that if I don't set it down, it's really hard to build shadow over the top. You don't have to use this exact palette, but just sort of these shades, and it will work just as well. I have been seeing a lot of series at the minute. Shelby Ann is recreating, I can't remember her name, but she did this sort of series on Instagram. It's just kind of showing you how to do your makeup with products you own, which I feel like is how kind of YouTube and everything started. And it's kind of helps with like everyone not having to buy every new product coming out and the crazy overconsumption in the beauty industry. Then I'm going to go in with this shade, which I believe is called Punch Me, and I'm just going to use that as a transition, and I'm just going to start to build up that colour in the crease. And I'm just going to start to sort of work that in. You can use your bronzer as well as a transition, particularly if you are going for like a really warm look, or if you have more of a neutral bronzer, like my Hourglass bronzer tends to be more of a neutral bronzer, that would work really well too. It's just to sort of start to build the colour in the eye and just give you a little bit more depth. We're taking this top shade here called Tea on the same brush, and then I'm going to hold it a bit closer, because that means you're going to have a bit more control. I'm going to start to deepen the outer corner and bring that in to the socket, using circular motions on the outer corner and then windshield wiper to sort of take it into the crease. This really helps with product distribution and also blending. And then just gonna start to work that in and build that color up. This shade here, Boutique, which is more of a reddish brown, and it's slightly warmer than the shades we already have on the eyes. I'm going to make sure we tap off that excess. I'm just going to start to buff that into the crease to add the tiniest bit of warmth back into the eyes. Just really building that out. And then I'm going to take a fluffy brush. This is my favourite blending brush. This is the A11 from Ariel x Morphe. And I'm just going to blend that out. And I'm just taking this green, the like deeper green in the palette, and I'm just gonna start to apply that sort of where you've got that deeper shade, kind of on this half of the eye, kind of looking like a bit of a strip I'm gonna use this brush here and just sort of blend that in with the circular motions, because you want that sort of in that product placement. And then you're just going to blend that into that deeper shade. A bit of green for Christmas. I think I'm going to go full green on the lid as well. So now, because I have hooded eyes, I just want to make sure you can see it when I have my eyes open. So I might need to take it a little bit higher than anyone who doesn't have hooded eyes would. The key to all eye makeup is blending. I'm just blending that in. You really want to smudge it into the lash line as well, because you don't want to have like any lightness along that line. We can go in with a little bit of black later, but I'm really just smoking that out. And then I'm just taking a flat shader brush, and this shade here, which is Guac, it's a really beautiful shade. Let me swatch it for you. It's a beautiful like gold shimmer green. It's got gold flecks in, so you can probably see that. It's a really beautiful shade. We are going to use a flat shader brush. Again, tap that excess off. And then I'm just going to start to apply that in the middle of the lid as our little shimmer, and really blend that into the green we already have there. I'm going to start with it in the middle, and then I'm going to see if I want to bring it in, or if I want to use more of a sparkly like champagne shimmer and sort of gradiate it into the green. And with the blending brush we were using earlier, and I'm literally just going to take it and sort of make sure all of that is blended. I am obsessed with the shade Guac. It's honestly such a beautiful shade. I'm just blending everything we have, quite precise. You want to hold the brush closer when you want to be more precise, because you have more control and also you're a bit more heavy-handed, so it blends a bit more, whereas you hold it like this, it's a lot lighter and less control. I'm just gonna blend everything we have, and we're going in, actually I might go in with Flashback first, which is that really bright white, and I'm just gonna sort of lay that down in the inner corner. I love this song. And then just along that inner lid, just because it's gonna act as a nice base and really pick up the next shade we go in with, and also really brighten that inner corner. And then we're going to go in with the shade Face, which is the shade next to it here. It's a really beautiful like champagne shimmer. You kind of see the shimmer there, beautiful. And then apply that. You could go in with more of like a true gold, but I quite like the champagne-ness of that shade. I feel like it will blend really nicely. And then I'm just going to feather it in with the green we already have. So this is what the eye makeup is looking like right now. I am going to take a really tiny little brush like this. This is the A10. Okay, I'm going to go in with the black, or you could go in with this shade, but I'm going to go in with the black. And then I'm literally just going to draw it along, almost stamp it along the waterline, just to sort of deepen that lash line and make sure there's no line. If you are a winged liner girl, a wing would look really nice with this. However, I have tried wing eyeliner on my eye shape so many times, and I still not quite found the right wing and the right look. So we're gonna leave it like this, but we're gonna leave the eyes here, and now we're gonna go into the skin. Okay, to start the base, we're gonna go in with the Maybelline Lumi Matte Foundation. As you know, I love this foundation, but it is way too dark. It doesn't really matter because we are just gonna go in with it. We aren't going anywhere, so we may as well. I need to get my sponge and I'll be back. Okay, so as I was saying, I love this foundation. It is a bit dark, although it is in the shade 115, which I feel like used to be the shade I used to use. So unsure, but I'm just gonna use this brush here, this flat brush, and just apply a thin layer to my skin. And then I'm just gonna mainly go in with the sponge, because I do feel like that gives me the best coverage and finish when using this foundation. Of course, I'm going to take it a little bit under my chin as well. I'm just going to go like that on the back of my hand to pick up any product. And it also will kind of show you, like, as you blend it out, it doesn't look as dark. Very strange. But I'm just going to use, this is just a Clomana sponge, I believe. I'm just blending that all together. This is a really beautiful finish. Really great foundation you can pick up for a pretty decent price. I believe it's $12.99 in the UK, which isn't too bad. For colour correction, I'm going in with my Huda Beauty in the shade Cherry Blossom. I have to say I really do like this colour corrector. I wasn't as sure because Magic was my favourite, and I still do love that one. Like, Magic, in my opinion, is more of a hybrid between a concealer and a colour corrector. whereas this is purely just a color corrector. But I'm just gonna take that under my eyes, a little bit around my nose as well because it's quite red, and just start to blend that in. Color correction for me is so important, and honestly it has made such a difference to my makeup. I am gonna go in with concealer. I'm gonna go in with my House Labs first, and I'm just gonna apply that on the outer parts, a little bit on the forehead, and then of course around here as well. And then I am going to go with my Huda Beauty one as well. This is in the shade 04. I've had a slight change in angle because my camera ran out of charge, so we needed to change the angle a little bit and put her on charge. But I've just used the House Labs. I've let that sit, and then as I was saying, I'm going to go in with my Faux Filter concealer as well, and this is in the shade 2.1, and I am just going to apply that under my eyes and then just around my mouth, and maybe the slightest dot on my forehead just to really brighten that all up. And now I'm gonna let that sit while we go in with cream contour. I know it looks a bit crazy, but just letting your concealer sit makes all the difference. With my Milani cream cheek kiss cream bronzer, mine's in the shade Hey Honey. It's kind of on its last legs, but it is amazing. I'm gonna go with this Refi dual ended, but I'm gonna use this side because I just want the slightest warmth and chisel to the skin. I don't want anything too crazy, so this is like the perfect brush for that because it is a stippling brush, so it kind of just picks up the product and distributes it in a really nice sort of airbrushed way. It doesn't take too much product and it just gives you a really seamless blend. It's exactly what we're going for. For blush, I'm going to use this new one that I got on my calendar. This is the Blush Balm by Made by Mitchell in the shade Papaya Pudding. It's a really beautiful shade. Let me just swatch that for you on my hand. I actually really like the formula of this because it's almost like a demi matte, and it's a lot thicker than like the Rhode blushes, for example. So like when I put it on my skin, you can probably see it has a bit more like of a drag, whereas the Rhode ones are a lot more like glassy and dewy, and they go on a little bit more, I guess you could say easily. But I really like the placement of this. You can be a bit more precise, and I also really like the finish. Let me just find the brush. These peaches and cream brushes I love. This is the PC 21, and it just gives you a really nice like dewy but not too dewy finish, which is really similar to the foundation. I do like to take some on my nose as well, and a little on my forehead and chin. I really like the formula of these. And then I'm gonna go in with the same Kylie concealer brush and just start to blend that under my eyes. Sort of blend that out, make sure I go around the nose as well, and then take it around the mouth as well. This is just going to help lighten that foundation because it is a little bit dark, as I said earlier, and just really add some brightness to the skin. Now to further blend everything in, I'm just going to go in with my sponge and just sort of melt all that product in together. I'm going to take that dark green that we used earlier and the same brush and just start to blend that under my lash line. I want a little bit of colour under there, but I don't think I want anything too crazy. Take this angled brush. It's a little bit more of a lighter brush, so it picks up a little bit less product. And it's just going to add a beautiful warmth to the skin. And of course, I'm going in with my Hourglass bronzer. This is just honestly the best bronzer. I absolutely love it. Now to set that blush, I am just going with a tiny bit more and just really pressing that into the skin. I don't have a powder that I want to kind of put on the top of that one because I really like the colour that's coming through. I think I'm just going to go in my Charlotte Tilbury today and just start to powder under my eyes. I don't want anything too sort of powdery, so I am just going to pack the brush in the Katie Jane Hughes method and then just start to take that under my eyes. Just get rid of that shine. I want the skin to look a little bit more natural under the eyes. I still want that airbrushed look, which this powder obviously will give you, but I just don't want it to be as heavy as the Huda Beauty would do it. So I'm just pressing the pressed powder into the skin. Mascara, of course, I'm going in with my Cosy Soul Glazer mascara. Honestly, my all-time favorite mascara. I love this so much. It just makes my lashes look so good even when they're not permed. And I only have a mini and I've been using it for a few months now and I absolutely love it. It's so good. I'm a 10 out of 10, recommend it. I'm just going in with a thin layer. Now I'm going to go in with my setting spray. This is a Revolution Super Fix Super Hold Ultra Matte Fixing Mist, and I'm just going to spray my face. I do want to put the tiniest bit of lip liner on. So I'm going to start with, this is the lip cream from the Beauty Crop in the shade Churro. And I have been wearing this today, so I might have a bit left over. I'm just going to kind of line and fill my lips in with this, just because I want a bit of colour. For the lip, we're also going to go in with a Brownie Pie. And this is just from Rimmel. I'm just going to line the outer part of my lips. And then to finish off and add a little bit of red, we're going to go in with Rhodes PBJ and just apply that on the top. For a bit of gloss, a bit of a red hue to the lips because I love this shade. To finish off the look, I'm going on with a bit of Rare Beauties and Exhilarate. I keep calling this Enlighten, but it's actually Exhilarate. And I'm actually just going to put that on my inner corners and a little bit on that inner lid because something about this shimmer is just like the only one I ever want to use. It's just such a beautiful shade. And then I'm going to put the tiniest bit on my nose there as well. I really love how this look has turned out. Give you a little close up of the eyes. So this is the finished makeup look. I'm absolutely obsessed with how it's come out. I really love it, and I think I might even wear it on Christmas Day or Christmas Eve. I just think it's come together really well. I love the greens. I'm a green girl. I love green, so the green eyes are really great for me, and also a slight rosiness, slight redness to the lips. You could go a little bit more red if you wanted to. I kind of like how this one's turned out. So this is the finished makeup look. I really hope you guys enjoyed this Vlogmas video. If you did, please like, comment and subscribe, and I will see you tomorrow for a brand new video. Bye!